Every RV setup has one thing in common that nobody seems to talk about: the gobbling zone underneath it. Weeds, random storage, ugly supports, and just chaos. So instead of pretending it doesn't exist, I'm going to build a cedar planter box so I can plant some vegetables, flowers, and herbs to cover the area and make it feel cozy like a luxury resort on a budget. Do you want to find out more? Or follow me and lass uns anfangen.
There's dirt on my hands, strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand.
For the supplies, I went to Lowe's hardware store and I got about 10 of those cedar boards. Each board was $2.08. And I'm pretty sure I won't need all 10 of them. But what girl doesn't like to have some extra wood laying around? So you know what I mean. Let's start by cutting this lumber. So funny how I said earlier that my 10 boards are more than sufficient for this project. I'm already cutting on my 5th board. Yeah, you might need more than 10 cedar boards. Oh, where did I put my glasses again? Well, I guess I lost my glasses, so I got those. Just as good. Now, the easiest way to construct this whole thing is just with brad nails and some wood glue. However, I don't have a brad nailer here, so I will be using regular screws to put this whole thing together. Also, the simplest way to glue those is to take the side pieces and glue them on here first. Nail them and then use that part and attach it to the front piece. And then put the long piece here. However, I want the side pieces to be a little bit wider. So either I would have to move those in and then slide the piece of lumber in here, or I slide the piece of lumber in here first. So it's up to you how you want to do it. I found my glasses. They were on my head the whole time. I'd recommend to definitely pre-drill cedar because it's not very forgiving and it will crack on you very easily. So I decided to go with painting the sides. I hope I won't regret this. I'm taking the, acrylic stain and sealer in white. It's the same theme like everything in the RV. All right, here we go. The point of no return, right? Too late now, it will be white. And now I'm thinking, since I'm painting this white, I might just paint the other parts the same brown stain, at least the outside of the planter that I have currently. That might actually look really good. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. See how you help me come up with new ideas. Now, like mentioned, for the smaller side pieces and then the front pieces, I want to use the stain that I used on the RV outside on the deck. That was that stain that I used, the Olympic water guard. And of course, it's not a stain that I necessarily want to have my plants grow in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it on the outside, not on the inside. It's kind of controversial. Like, how do you feel about it? Putting a stain like this onto a bed that will be growing vegetables in. Does it leak through the inside? What about all these people that grow organic vegetables but put it into plastic containers? I mean, a lot of them are not BPA free and they're sitting out in the sun all day, leaking all this plastic into the soil. Is it any better? Or what about lumber? I mean, there's a lot of lumber that's supposed to leak toxins into the soil. Even cedar. Those cedar fence pickers that everybody uses for raised garden beds or anything like that. I mean, it says that it's not treated, but is it really not treated? Too many questions. Anyways, I'm putting this on the outside. And you can yell at me in the comments for it. Now I got those laid out to dry. Here's some and here's some. I'm going to let this dry, and while they are drying, I'm going to start building the lattice. Few options to put this thing together. First of all, you don't need this 2x4s. That's way too thick for the lattice, but I have it. You know, I'm just gonna use it. I'm too lazy to cut it in half. You could definitely cut those in half, just like those pieces. I have them left over, so I use them. Ways to attach it. You can just drill pocket holes in the back and attach it like that. Or I do have those 3-inch screws. I'm just going to use those and just put them in. Top, same in the middle, and the same on the bottom. That's the frame. Let's see if it fits. Tiny bit off, but it's okay. It's going to fit. And I don't know if you see this. Oh my God. But we do have a love bug problem. I'm getting attacked by love bugs. I'm going to paint this white as well. Florida weather isn't always nice. It just started raining, unfortunately. It's getting a little windy and messy in here. So luckily I'm underneath my pergola. I just cut the pieces for the top. They have those 45-degree angle. So they will be attached on the top. And since I'm not 100, that's not 45 degrees. What did I set? All right, I'm gonna recut those to 45 degrees. So they're actually correct. Yeah, I don't know what I did here. Let's recut those to 45-degree angle, and then I'm going to paint them white as well. All right, let's paint those white as well. And then all that's left to do is cut the lattices and then assemble everything. Yesterday I started a project kind of late, so I ran out of the sunlight, but I'm gonna finish the project today. It's not that much left to do. I just have to attach those top pieces. But before I do that, I'm going to put in the bottom. I split a 2x4 in half. And all I'm going to do is just screw it in the sides. It's really overkill, but you know, I don't want the bottom to fall out. So I'm gonna just drill this on the sides and the bottom and then just put some slats on top out of cedar. All right, last screw. I'm telling you, this whole thing would have been easier actually having a brad nailer. Those are the cut-off pieces that I have left. And they are almost a little bit too short, but it's all right. That's okay. I was lying about the last screw. We still have to attach the top. Again, brad nails would be much better, but I'm just gonna use the same screws again that I used before. I'm gonna put a bunch of glue on here, put 2 screws in here, maybe 1 in the middle, and that should be sufficient. So I'm going to space this out and leave tiny gaps in between all of them for drainage. And I'm debating of gluing it, just attaching a little bit of glue to keep it in place. I mean, I don't think it would come out ever, but I think I'm just going to put a tab of glue on all of them since I don't have the nails. Again, brad nails would be perfect. All right, let's take it up to the RV. Oh, it's a little heavy, but it's okay. I can carry, I can manage. This is done. Oh, I love it. How beautiful. Set this in place. As you can tell, this one needed a little extra encouragement to fit in, but now it's tucked in and won't move. To fill the planters, I purchased a bag of raised potting mix from Home Depot. I also got a tomato plant and a few French marigolds as trap plants. I'm a firm believer in trap plants. Those plants are more enticing to certain pests, and they will attack those plants first before they attack your vegetable plants. Also, I got a blueberry and blackberry bush. I will build a second lattice and planter for the other side that's still open. I'm also planning to divert one of my water lines to water those as well automatically. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. If you haven't done so, please click the bell button to get notified of new videos. If you can, please join my Patreon. That helps me create more YouTube videos. Thank you so much. See you next time. Tschüss und auf Wiedersehen.